Chapter 3, Natural Resources, Vegetation and Wildlife. Our today's topic is Advantages of Forest. Children, in the early classes also you have already learned about the advantages of forest. And also you should know the advantages of forest. Why forests are important for us. So forest, breathing lung of civilization. You see in your book in page number 25. The forests are the breathing lung of civilization. Why breathing lung of civilization? Because the forest help us to breathe by converting carbon dioxide into oxygen. So the forests are breathing lung of civilization. Therefore, it is very important for the survival of life on the earth. The forests are very important for the survival of life on the earth. Now let's see what are the advantages of forest. The forest help us to breathe by converting carbon dioxide into oxygen. They provide safe habitat to the wild animal. Where the wild animal used to live? They used to live in the forest. So forest provide habitat to the wildlife. If you will clean the forest, if there is deforestation, there will be loss of habitat for the wildlife, and then the wildlife will also get extinct because of the loss of the habitat. And what will then happen? It will disturb the ecological balance. So the forest is very important. Why? It provides habitat to the wild animal. Now next, many people also depend on the forest for their livelihood. Those people who live in the forest, like the tribals, you might know about the tribals of the Jharkhand. They depend on the forest for their livelihood. Just like the people who live in the forest, they obtain many products from the forest like herbs, wood, sell them and sustain their lives. So the people, they protect the forest, and forest provide them livelihood. And the trees are also help in keeping the earth cool. The trees help in keeping the earth cool. A very small example I am giving you over here. In the Bailey Road, when you will go there near the zoo, you see in the zoo we have many trees over there. So when you will visit near the zoo, you will feel some cold there. Near the zoo on the Bailey Road, you will feel some cool. Why? Because of the trees there. So tree helps in keeping the earth cool. Large forest cover help in causing rainfall also. And you know, the root of the trees bind the soil. The root of the tree bind the soil. And then what will happen? If it will bind the soil, it will prevent from soil erosion also. When the root of the tree bind the soil particle, it will prevent the soil erosion. And also what will happen? It will help to rise the groundwater level. How? Because the water of the rainfall will deeply penetrate inside the soil, and it will raise the groundwater level. So the trees, it will prevent from the surface runoff. The trees prevent from the surface runoff, and that water will be penetrate deep in the ground, and it will raise the groundwater level. And also in this way it will prevent flood. How it will prevent flood? Because the root of the tree bind the soil particle, so it will not let the soil to erode. So here, see here what happens. Suppose this is the river bed. Then what will happen? If the soil erodes, then what will happen? The soil will deposit on the bottom of the river. Then what will happen? The river water will overflow its bank, causing flood. The trees prevent the soil to be eroded. If there is no tree, then what will happen? The soil from here will erode, and it will deposit on the bottom of the river, and the river water will overflow, causing flood. In this way, the trees, the forest, what the forest do? It prevent from the flat. So this paragraph is very important. Just keep the points in your mind. What are the advantages of forest? Children, in these days when there is concern about the environment protection, there is the issues of global warming, environmental pollution. So it is very important for all of us to understand the advantages of forest. Point wise, just keep in mind, forests help us to breathe by converting carbon dioxide into oxygen. Next point, provide habitat to the wild animal. What the forest do? Provide habitat to the wild animal. Next point, provide livelihood to many people. Forest provide livelihood to many people. Next point, keeping the environment cool. Forest keeps the environment cool. Then causing rainfall. Then the root of the trees bind the soil, helps in preventing soil erosion. The root of the trees bind the soil, preventing in soil erosion. Then raise the groundwater level. How it will raise the groundwater level? By preventing the surface runoff. Then prevent floods. The trees, the forest, it prevents floods. So these are the advantages of forest. The first thing is, now see here, what are the advantages of forest? What are the advantages of forest? First is, the forest help us to breathe by converting carbon dioxide into oxygen. So the forest is the breathing lung of civilization. So it is very important for the survival of life on the earth. How? It helps to breathe by converting carbon dioxide into oxygen. Next, it provides habitat to the wildlife. It provides habitation to the wildlife. If the trees are cut down, there is deforestation, then where the wild animal will live? They will extinct. Then the forest also provide livelihood to many people. Many people are dependent on the forest for their livelihood. Then it keeps the environment cool. Large forest causes rainfall. The large forest causes rainfall. Now the root of the tree bind the soil. If the trees will bind the soil, then what will happen? It will prevent the soil erosion. So the trees prevent from the soil erosion. And when it prevent from the soil erosion, it will prevent from the flood. So the forest prevent from the flood. And then it also raises groundwater level. The surface runoff, water of surface runoff will get deeply penetrated inside the ground, and in this way it will raise the groundwater level. Now let's see how the forest is essential for maintaining the ecological balance. The forests are the breathing lung of civilization, and it is important for the survival of life on the earth. It is very important for maintaining ecological balance. How? The forest help us to breathe by converting carbon dioxide into oxygen, and it provides safe habitat to the wild animal. It provides habitat to the wild animal. Hence it causes ecological balance. It is essential for maintaining the ecological balance. The forests are essential for making ecological balance. The trees keep the environment cool, causes rainfall, prevent soil erosion, prevent the flood, raise the groundwater level. In this way, these are the advantages of forest, and the forests are essential for maintaining ecological balance. Now let's talk about the deforestation. Children, you know the meaning of deforestation? Deforestation means cutting down of trees. Deforestation means cutting down of trees. So what are the consequences of deforestation? If there is deforestation, the trees are cut down, then what will happen? It will lead to the loss of habitat, because here you are learning that it provide habitat. The forest provide habitat to the wild animal, and if there is deforestation, the forest is cleared, the trees are cutted, then what will happen? It will lead to the habitat of the wildlife. Where the wildlife will live? They will lose their habitat, and ultimately what will happen? They will extinct. So if there is deforestation, it will lose to the habitat of wildlife, and the wild animal will got extinct. Then it will also cause ecological imbalance. And how the forest cause ecological balance, you have learned in this paragraph. And if there is no trees, the forests are cleared, and there is deforestation, then it will cause ecological imbalance also. And also deforestation will cause soil erosion. How? Because the trees, the root of the trees bind the soil. The root of the trees bind the soil particle. And if the forest is cleared, then what will happen? If there is deforestation, then what will happen? There will be soil erosion. So this is your extra question. You write it up here. You write down here extra question. What are the consequences of deforestation? Extra question. What are the consequences of deforestation? The answer will be, it will lead to the loss of habitat for the wildlife. It will leads to ecological imbalance, and also it will cause soil erosion. So this is the extra question. You write it up. Now children, you have seen the advantages of forest, and you have also understand the consequences of deforestation. Now you see, it is the matter of grave concern. Here grave means serious. It is the matter of serious concern. The protection of forest, the protection and conservation of forest is the matter of grave concern. Grave means serious concern. Therefore, the government has taken several stringent measures. Stringent here means strict, strong, tough measures. The government has taken the stringent. Stringent means strict, strong or tough measures to protect our forest. Just try to understand deeply the matter. These are the advantages of forest, and you know the consequences of the deforestation. Now what we have to do? We will have to protect the forest. So the government has taken various measures, strict measures to protect the forest. And what are these measures? First of all, if you want to conserve the forest, what you will have to do? You will have to do afforestation. This question is very important. Just keep in mind, how can we protect our forest? What the government has taken measures? What measures has been taken by the government to protect the forest? The first is afforestation. Afforestation means large scale plantation of trees. First we will have to plant the trees. If you want to conserve the forest, you want to protect the forest, we will have to plant trees. That is called afforestation. So first is afforestation. The second point is each one plant one policy. Every person should plant a tree. This is each one plant one policy. The government encourage every person to plant trees. So children, each one plant one policy. The government encourage each one plant one policy. So about this line, I have my personal thinking that I think we should plant a sapling or we should plant a tree, we should try to plant a sapling or a tree on our birthday. I think every person should try, at least they should try to plant a tree or sapling on their birthday. In this way, there will be a lot of trees on our planet Earth. The next one is efficient utilization of forest product and use of the substitute of wood. We can use other thing in the place of wood. Why? Because for wood, what we do? We cut down the trees. So we should very efficiently, very optimally, we have to very judiciously utilize the forest product. And we should use the substitute of wood. Means in the place where we are using wood, we can use the other product. Then enforcement of number of laws and guidelines to protect the forest and also prohibit the deforestation. So the enforcement of number of laws and guidelines to protect the forest, just like we have the National Forest Policy 1952, and also the government prohibit the deforestation. The government prohibit the deforestation. So number of laws and guidelines are there for the protection of forest. The next thing is discouraging shifting cultivation, which causes forest loss. I think you know about the shifting cultivation. You know what happened in the shifting cultivation? First, the farmer clean a patch of land by cutting the vegetation there, cutting the forest and burning it. The farmer clean a patch of land, then do agriculture practice over there. And when the fertility of the soil decreases, or when the soil lost its fertility, they leave that patch of land and clear another one, and they shift to the another land. When the land where they are cultivating, it loses fertility, they leave that land and again they move to other land, and again the same activities perform over there. This causes forest loss. So the government is discouraging the shifting cultivation. Why? Because it causes forest loss. And children, you know the community people, they are also the people also resist for the deforestation. You might have heard about the Chipko movement. The famous Chipko movement in the Himalayas has not only successfully resisted the deforestation in the several areas, but it has also shown that the community afforestation can be successful. So not only government, the people, we also have to do for the protection of forest and to resist against the deforestation. Now see again the important points here. See again the important points. The measures taken to protect the forest. First, afforestation. Measures taken for the protection of forest. First is afforestation. Second, each one plant one policy. Then the third point is efficient utilization of forest product. Next, usage of substitute of wood. Substitute means in lieu of wood we can use other thing. Next, enforcement of number of law and guidelines. The government has taken many laws and guidelines to protect the forest and to prohibit deforestation. Also, discouraging shifting cultivation. We can protect the forest. Why? Because the shifting cultivation causes forest loss. And you know children, in this chapter you have already learned that to maintain ecological balance, about 33% of forest should be 33% of area should be under forest. Now children, you note down your today's homework. First is, what are the advantages of forest? You will learn any 5 points. What are the advantages of forest? The next question is, what are the consequences of deforestation? So deforestation leads to the loss of habitat for the wildlife, leads to the ecological imbalance, leads to soil erosion. Next question, suggest some measures for the protection of forest. Suggest any 5 measures for the protection of forest. First is afforestation, second each one plant one policy, then efficient utilization of forest product, then usage of substitute of wood, then enforcement of numbers of laws and guidelines, next prohibit deforestation, then discouraging shifting cultivation. You will write down any 5 points. So that's your homework.